create a new damper inside PractiCAM? PractiCAM does come with a whole lot of different default dampers. For example, volume damper single. Here's one that's parallel rectangular, opposed rectangular. You also have round and oval dampers, for example, single round or single oval. But you can design as many different types of dampers as you like. If you would like to copy a template of a damper that we already have, just select the one you'd like, for example, volume damper single, rectangular, and then select the icon that says create a new volume damper. This is going to make a copy of the volume damper here with all the parameters, and then you can adjust it. It's kind of a shortcut. However, if you'd like to create a brand new one, all you have to do is click on the empty space so that nothing is highlighted. I just clicked here. And now do the same thing. Click on the icon. Now it'll create a brand new damper and label it new damper as default. We will call this my damper. Now I must select a damper type. Now we can also create as many different damper types as we like, but as a default we have from single round to opposed. Let's say we're going to say that this damper type will be a single rectangular. We now have to select the damper parameters. First we have manufacturer. Right now undefined. Same thing with source. If we like, we can click on this and label any type of manufacturer we might be buying our dampers from, or we're purchasing any other materials that are associated with this. I can do the same thing for source. For manufacturer, we'll just put in Selkirk, and for source, I'm just going to write source ABC. I now have to select the material that the damper is going to be cut out of, because this blade will be cut by your plasma cutter if you so desire. So I select any material out of my libraries. We'll use galvanized. I select a gauge, say we'll use 24 gauge. I need to select a sheet stock from my material tables list. I now have an orientation on the width or the depth. I can add a blade on width or add blade on depth. For example, here I'm going to say let's add 1 inch. You'll notice that PractiCAM has added 1 inch of blade right here. Some people like to recess it by typing in -1 inch. This way that the damper turns smoother inside the rectangular piece of duct. You can do that for the width or the depth. For now, we'll leave them both set as 0. You can choose a corner notch if you'd like. Here we're going to say the corner notch will be 2 inches, just so you can see it clearly. Corner notching will take the blade and it will notch it on each corner exactly 2 inches, right here, like so. We have hole diameter and rod diameter. You can notice the rod diameter we're going to change to, say, 2 inches. I'm now going to move the rod diameter back to a 1/2 inch. You can also choose for the hole that's going to be burned into this fitting how large you'd want it to be. If I take hole diameter and make it 2 inches, you'll see that the hole diameter is now 2 inches large. I'll now put it back to 1/2 inch. And now it's set properly. We can do a lining allowance, whether it be none, single, or double. And then we have our costs associated. We have a shaft cost, shaft weight, the shaft insert cost, and then we can also add in mark notch as a default if we'd like. We can choose any mark notch out of our mark notch libraries, which are created over here underneath notches and edges, or also underneath special notching. Once we've selected all the parameters that we like, all we have to do is save the damper, and now we can go into any takeoff and apply it. Here we have a piece of rectangular duct. If we would like to add the damper we just created, all we have to do is come over to damper, click on our gray box, select it from our choices. You'll notice that my damper is now a choice. And here you'll notice we actually have all of the parameters as well. We can adjust this damper on the fly with any one of these parameters if we like, but everything has been set at the default we created underneath our accessories. We can also choose right here whether or not we'd like to cut out the blades, yes or no. We're going to say yes for now. I just press OK. PractiCAM will apply the damper. We'll be able to see it inside our takeoff. It has also cut out the blade because we've chose to do so. And you'll also notice if we zoom in here that the damper shaft insert has also been cut with the diameter of the hole we chose. That is how we design dampers inside PractiCAM.